Hey guys, welcome to Star Sign Horoscopes. I am your astrologer, Jamie Magee, and today we are going to be taking a look at the astrology for June 3rd through the 9th. I do hope you guys are having a great week out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. It definitely means a lot to me. Okay, so let's talk about the week ahead. Now, we do not have a lot of transits this week, but I do feel like these are always the weeks that sort of sneak up on us or catch us a little bit off guard. It's kind of like that phase right after a big party or a big event or the end of the season. When you're in that cleanup stage, packing up, looking back so you can look ahead, it's where our emotions, our revelations, our ideas, our lessons all kind of collide in at once. And we find that we either have to take the information that we have now and go back and revise something, or take the information we have now and run forward. If not, do both of those things at the same time. So, depending on how your party went, this week could feel mild or tense or a little bit of both, depending on what day. All right, so let's talk about why. All right, so this week we have Mercury, who is going to move forward. He's going to station direct. Now, anytime Mercury goes backwards or forwards, to me, it always reminds me of a train shifting tracks. It's a little bumpy, it's a little chaotic, but once you start flowing, everything, unfolds the way it should. We just have to get through that bumpy little bit of communication or that little bit of a chaotic feeling as it moves directions. So kind of be on the lookout for that. And this week we also have Saturn, the time master, stationing retrograde, which is the opposite of what Mercury is going to do. So we have forward motion and now we have retrograde motion. Now, Saturn is going to ask you to pause and reflect and think back on actions that you've taken around a particular story that you began in February. He wants you to fortify these things. He wants you to make sure that they are timeless, that they're going to support you in the short term and the long term. Now, this story is something that you're going to work on until October. That's when you're going to be ready to relaunch it. So the urgency is not there, but what could feel frustrating is it's almost like a stall, like everything seems to stop around this story. But knowing that it's stalling so you can go back and revise it and benefit yourself in the long run should be helpful. So I want you to keep that in mind if anything feels like the brakes are hit and you can't go forward anymore. The question is, how can you go forward in the coming months? How can you make yourself stronger to do that? Now, this week, we also have the quarter moon. Now, the quarter moon is that space between the new moon, where we set intentions, and the full moon, where we start to see the blossoms and the blooms of the intentions that we set. Now, the quarter moon always reminds us of why we wanted to set those intentions and those goals, the goals that we set with the new moon. Now, sometimes this can come with tension, like, you know what? This is why I'm doing this. I can't handle it anymore. This needs to change so everyone feels more comfortable. Sometimes it can come with motivation or inspiration. Either way, the reminder is there for you to pick up those goals and run with them. You don't want them to deflate. You don't want them to disappear. You want to take action when you see the opportunity to work with them this week. All right, guys, with that being said, let's get ready to dive into the signs and talk about how you can work with this energy. Now, please remember to listen to both your sun sign and your rising sign to get a better overall view of how you can work with it. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay, Cancer, let's take a look at your week. Now, Cancer, your top three focuses for this week are going to be: one, revising structures around loans or shared resources, or even transitions that began back in February. Two, moving forward with a plan around your dream that's with a group of people or friends that you're close to. Three, adjusting and working toward intentions that you sat with the last new moon around finding a healthy balance in your daily routines and your rituals or even your habits. Now, let's talk about why these are your top three. So since February, you've come a really long way with transitions around shared resources and loans. And now you've reached a point where you just cannot go any further until you find some more support around this. Now, this could mean that you have to revise agreements or loans or processes that you've taken in this very transitional phase of your life. But I think this is going to be optimistic. It does have to do with wealth. It does have to do with what supports you. So definitely take your time with it. By the end of October, you will have more clarity and stability and be in a place where you can really move forward with whatever this may be in this area of your life. Now, last week, you set really clear intentions about things that you wanted to change so you could have a better rhythm in your day-to-day routines. This week, you're going to feel compelled to start communicating the changes that you need to make in a way that's very clean and organized. You're going to have like, okay, this is what I need to say. This is how I'm going to say it. And I'm going to make sure that everyone understands this transition, especially me, myself, and I. Now, it could be that, some of your friends or something around your dream that you're holding gives you a burst of unexpected strategy about how to do this. No matter how you find this determination, I definitely think that it's a good idea for you to lean into the power of your voice. And I think when you do that, you're going to find the solutions that are going to serve you both within and without and everyone around you. Okay. I do hope you have a good week, Cancer. I look forward to seeing you next time.